Well, what do we have here? It's the last watch in my order. And this is it. Not gonna lie, it came in another like plastic bag pouch, and I'm a little surprised it's not really wrapped in anything. And then I open it, and this is how it looks. It's like taped around this. I guess to protect the face, which I mean that is important to do. Let me take that out. Oh, looks nice initially. Let me get it out of the packaging. It's got like a little bit of a bump right there. I don't know how it was done, but yeah, let me take this out real quick. As you can see, it was, packaged individually in the plastic wrap, just like all the other full watches. If I didn't already say, this should be the Invictus Geneva watch. This is the Invictus Geneva in black. I actually don't, yeah, Invictus Geneva in black. I don't remember if it came in different colors, but yeah, Invictus Geneva black. Let me go ahead and get it out of the packaging. And here we go. There we have it. It's a black leather looking strap, kind of a bronzy rose gold copper finish to it, and okay, I have to set it. All right, what time is it? I have my other watch set to. Ooh, it's got a little stopper on here. This is the first one that had a little time saver right here, or time stopper on the watch. So that's interesting. And out of all the watches, actually, this was the most expensive one. I mean, in what they advertised it for its retail, I think it was around $140, $139.99, or $169.99, or $189.99. That was it was one of those three price points. Off just looking at it in general, like the Classic Man watch, you can see that the buttons here, sorry, the buttons here and the button here are those buttons are not buttons. So that means the other dials are just there for show, which is fine. One thing that what is this smudge back here? If I can clean that off. That's a little weird. Don't think I can scratch it off. It's a little unfortunate. Like, I can't tell what it really is, but it looks like a nick actually when you're really looking at it. And you can see my phone recording it because I don't have another camera at the moment. Like, it looks like dirt. That kind of sucks. And then looking at it right here, you can barely see it, but it feels like, looks like there's a little nick here, little fraying there. It's kind of a bummer, actually. And then you have this piece. It's actually done better than majority of the other watches that I got. It's not super clean, definitely not perfect, but yeah. It's a double strap, one's adjustable, one's not, I think, or yeah. That one stays, and then it's a classic regular buckle. All the holes are perforated, which is great. It's a pretty thin watch, actually, when you look at it. It's pretty thin, maybe about half an inch or a quarter inch or less, actually. Roughly a centimeter in terms of the width. It looks clean, it looks nice. Let me go ahead and set it. I mean, I'll tell you right now, like, moving it feels pretty nice. Doesn't feel cheap, doesn't feel loose. And I'm trying to adjust the time, but let me go and set it and see how that really is. Alright, have it set for 1:21, about a minute ahead of what the time actually is, because I always set my watches ahead. Didn't have any issue, setting it. Honestly, this is probably the best feeling leather-ish strap out of all the ones that I've had from Sharper Looks. I'm gonna go ahead and try it on, see how it feels putting it on, but definitely already can tell I shouldn't have too much trouble getting it on compared to how it was with the first ones. Well, so if you didn't notice, I am wearing the digitizer still. This has become pretty much my beater daily watch, and right now I really enjoyed actually using this one overall. Haven't really worn any of the others as much just because of occasion or what I'm wearing, but really actually I'm a huge fan of the digitizer. The only thing I've noticed is that you can kind of see a lot of wear already. It feels like the edges are starting to fade, and you can actually start to see the silver come through as the gold fades, which is a little disappointed. Good thing it was free. Um, but overall, I'm still pretty happy. What I'm noticing though is I do wash my hands a lot because of work and just in general. So that would be a reason. But considering that the watch is supposed to be water resistant, I'm a little disappointed that the band itself doesn't seem to be lasting too long, considering it's only been a couple weeks. But let me go ahead and put on the Invictus. All right, well there it is. Also, as I may have pointed out before, silver piece here on the clasp. A little disappointed it doesn't match the actual face of the rest of the watch or the rest of the color and accents. It's a small detail, but I mean, considering that this is basically like painted on gold, I think I don't see why they couldn't just paint it to match this. But that's just how it has been for all the leather watches or the watches with the classic kind of strap and locking mechanism. Well, same with the underside of the watches. They don't, make it match the face at all either, which is a little small details, but a little bothersome. So one thing I noticed, the movable strap is super thin, so it actually feels really flimsy and really non-secure. I don't need, and I mean, considering how I wear my watches loose, anyways, it's kind of useless to me. As you can see, it's like barely on there, but really, really loose. Kind of like don't know if it's actually gonna it would actually serve a great purpose in the event that like I wore it tight and I needed to hold it down. I don't know how sturdy it's gonna be, but overall, I mean, it looks pretty nice. I'd probably wear this for I'd probably wear this on like particular occasions where I'd want to dress it up. Also, I'd have to wear it as an accent to probably like a more dressed up kind of semi-formal to formal event. Um, other than that, I don't see myself wearing this too regularly. I do like it. I do like how light it is. It's very comfortable. It's got a nice loose feeling to it, how I like it. Doesn't shake too much. Looks good. I'm starting to notice, I don't know if this was the best, for my skin tone in terms of this like brassy copper finish. But either way, I'm happy with it. But considering if I had paid what their retail price of this was, then I probably would have ended up pretty disappointed. So far, though, I mean, considering that I'm pretty much only wearing the digitizer, that one's probably the best valued watch overall. I think overall too, it's only like 69 or 89 bucks, which isn't too bad. But I was just looking to capitalize on a really cheap deal, and so far I think I have won or done that. But either way, if anything else happens with the rest of these watches as I do wear them, you can definitely expect updates. For now, I'm going to switch back to my digitizer, and I'm going to end this now. Thank you, everybody, for letting me waste your time.